All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Whenever we picture massive industrial facilities, we're talking power plants, refineries, heavy chemical processing centers. Our eyes are just naturally drawn to the towering structures, right? And of course, that endless, complicated maze of pipelines. But there is this immense, completely hidden responsibility resting on something we barely even glance at. So today, we're decoding the invisible hero of the industrial world, the pipe support.
To really wrap our heads around the stakes here, just listen to this quote straight from our source material. These systems are dealing with thousands of pounds, high pressure, and roaring liquids. I mean, we aren't just talking about a garden hose laying on the dirt here. We are talking about massive, vibrating, constantly expanding steel conduits that are carrying highly volatile materials.
So the huge question we really have to ask ourselves is, what actually keeps these roaring pipes from, well, literally tearing a facility apart? Because honestly, without a highly engineered system of restraints and supports in place, the sheer kinetic and thermal energy locked inside those tubes would bring the whole operation crashing down.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to kick things off with forces under pressure. Then we'll meet the support arsenal, break down the science of spacing, and finally, we'll look at 4 fatal failure modes that you absolutely have to avoid.
Let's jump right into Section 1, Forces under Pressure, otherwise known as the invisible enemies of the pipe.
It's actually super fascinating how engineers divide up these forces that are fighting against pipes every single second of the day. They basically drop them into 2 distinct buckets. On one side, we have primary loads. These are your heavy-hitting environmental forces. Think gravity, internal fluid pressure, extreme winds, seismic activity from earthquakes, or, and this is a big one, the sudden intense shockwave of a water or steam hammer when a valve just slams shut. But then, look at the secondary loads. These guys are sneaky. They are all about displacement. We're talking thermal expansion, where a pipe heats up and literally grows in length, or maybe the slow, totally inevitable settlement of a massive storage tank, or just non-stop vibration from a pump next door. The supports we design, they have to battle all of this at the exact same time.
Which brings us to Section 2, Meet the Support Arsenal. These are our weapons of structural defense.
To fight off those massive loads we just talked about, we need some very specific hardware. Let's look at the rigid support category first. Right at the top, we have the anchor. This is your ultimate 3-dimensional stop. It is bolted or welded straight to the structure, completely freezing that section of the pipe dead in its tracks. Next up is the rest, sometimes called a sliding support. This one does exactly what it sounds like. It catches the immense downward weight of the pipe, stopping it from sagging, but allows it to just rest and slide on top. And finally, we have the guide. This is brilliant because it limits side-to-side lateral movement, but it intentionally leaves this tiny little guide gap so the pipe still has a bit of breathing room to flex.
But here's the catch. What happens when that pipe gets insanely hot and expands like crazy? If you anchor it too tight, that expanding metal is just going to buckle and snap. So for those situations, you use what's called a constant effort support. It's an absolute game changer. It uses this complex spring mechanism to handle massive vertical thermal movements. We're talking anywhere from 150 to 250 millimeters of movement. The sheer genius of this thing is that as the pipe travels from its cold, resting spot to its hot, expanded spot, the load it supports remains completely constant. It essentially floats the pipe, ensuring absolutely zero residual stress gets transferred back into the critical piping system.
Now, you can't just wing the manufacturing of this stuff. Everything is heavily regulated, and MSS SP58 is the undisputed gold standard here. It completely standardizes the materials, the design, the manufacturing, and even how you select these pipe hangers. It's basically the industry Bible. It guarantees that when an engineer specifies a support, they know exactly, and I mean exactly, how many thousands of pounds it can safely hold across totally different operating temperatures.
All right, moving into Section 3. The science of spacing. Let's calculate some spans.
Because honestly, choosing the right hardware is only half the battle. Where you actually place it matters just as much. Let's look at this simplified span chart based on the ASME B31.3 code. Notice how the spacing drastically changes depending on what is actually flowing inside the pipe. Check out that 12-inch pipe on the bottom row. If that pipe is full of heavy, liquid water, you absolutely have to put a support every 23 feet. But if that exact same 12-inch pipe is carrying much lighter steam or gas, you can stretch that spacing all the way out to 30 feet. The math here is incredibly precise, and getting it wrong is a fast track to disaster.
And speaking of disaster, that brings us perfectly to our final section, 4 fatal failure modes, the Achilles heels of the piping world.
Our first failure mode is funny because it actually starts with really good intentions. To stop bare metal pipes from grinding against bare metal beams, engineers will sometimes throw in rubber buffers. Sounds smart, right? Well, the problem is that rubber is porous. It traps dirt, it traps moisture, even microbes. It basically creates these little localized corrosion cells that eat right through the metal pipe. The actual solution here is using specialized composite wear pads, like Protect pads. These create a super tough, completely corrosion-proof barrier that protects both surfaces without turning into a moisture trap.
Next up, we have the hidden danger of unlined metallic guides. Listen, when you put two different types of metal in direct contact with each other, let's say a stainless steel pipe just sitting on a carbon steel guide, you instantly trigger an electrochemical reaction. It's called galvanic corrosion. Add in the friction from the pipe vibrating, and you are basically just slicing right into the pipe. The much smarter approach is utilizing lined or coated supports. By using a thermoplastic coating, or maybe specialized hold-down clamps with vibration-dampening liners, you kill that metal-on-metal contact entirely. Problem solved.
Failure mode number 3 is another one of those misguided solutions. Someone might think, okay, fine, no rubber, no bare metal. I'll just slide a flat composite mat underneath the pipe. Unfortunately, those flat mats are magnets for grit and dirt. When the pipe heats up, expands, and moves, all that trapped dirt turns the mat into literal sandpaper. It grinds away the pipe's surface and lets moisture pool up. The real fix? Snug-fitted composite pipe shoes. Because they clamp tightly right onto the pipe itself, they move with the pipe as it expands. It completely seals out the moisture and totally eliminates that grinding friction.
And finally, our fourth fatal mode, sloppy pipe spacing. Remember that span chart we just looked at? Yeah, if you decide to ignore the math and spread your supports out just a little too far, your pipes are physically going to droop. They sag, and that sag creates these low spots inside the pipe where corrosive fluids just sit and pool up, literally eating the pipe from the inside out until it completely collapses. So the fix here is simple. Strictly follow the specs and utilize adjustable hangers. That lets the installation crew dial in the elevation perfectly, making sure that pipe stays completely straight and fully supported.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one final thought. The next time you happen to be walking through an industrial facility, or, even just a massive commercial basement, look up. Ask yourself, what invisible forces are fighting to keep that pipe up in the air? From massive thermal expansion to the violent shockwaves of roaring liquids, it isn't just holding dead weight. It is an ongoing, highly engineered battle against physics. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and hey, keep your eyes open for those invisible heroes holding our infrastructure together.